Hello, welcome back to more Let's Play 11th Hour. I pulled a dumb, okay? Last night I went through and I continued playing the game again for the first time in a few weeks and got tired, got to the point where I was done playing, went to go stop the recording, and turns out I never clicked start. So I went through a whole section of the game and luckily I do have the load from beforehand. I think it was, yeah, this one. Yeah, I have the load from beforehand, but I actually did play through the whole next section of the game. So I'm gonna have to run through that real quick, which annoys me because there were a couple puzzles in there that were kinda ugh. But I'm gonna have to run through that real quick. So if I understand some of these riddles, that's why.
Skedaddle.
Okay, so this one has desk as an anagram, so this one we have to go downstairs and click on the desk. Yep. We have a few more areas opened up to us now. Specifically, one of the first ones we can look at real quick is... Okay. It's not opened yet. Hold on. I know it opens up here in a moment. So the desk we have to go click on is over here. And right there. Done.
Part of the body examined in doctor's office.
So this one is kind of obvious. It's just asking you to find like a body, which in this case, at first I thought it was the shortcut leading to the chapel, but it's actually a bust that is in the museum where we just came from. So we're running right back to where we just came from. And it's right here. And we get a video.
Can I help you?
I'd like to see Dr. Thornton if he's available.
He's available. You a patient of his?
No,
Fill this out.
Actually, I'm not here as a patient.
She's
I'm
rather
just
rude,
replacing
isn't
for
she?
the TV show. I'd like to interview him.
I don't even understand why she's so standoffish.
Libation for an affectionate puppy called Sounder.
Okay, I'm wanting to say with this one, when a puppy gets, an affectionate puppy licks, and I'm trying to think, one of these was an anagram. Hold on.
Sounder. What does an affectionate puppy do? A drink could be alcoholic.
Oh yeah, this was a dumb one. So this one, the answer... So an affectionate puppy licks, and it's a sound. Basically, the answer to it is liquor, which the only place in this game where there's liquor is the same bottle of liquor that we clicked on previously for the cork question. So they apparently ran out of ideas and they were just like, let's make them go click this bottle again.
Animal side street.
Okay, so this one, street, I believe, was an anagram or something. Sullied means to, like, be yeah,
Sullied
messed
means
up.
It's the street that is messed up.
Oop.
Street is an anagram of setter.
Better. Messed up setter. Sullied street.
an Irish setter.
Ah, hold on. I remember this one now. Okay, so this one, an Irish setter. It's basically asking us where a picture of a dog is. And it actually leads us to one of the first new rooms that we can access in this area, which is the game room. Now, in order to click this lovely painting, we first have to solve a puzzle here, which the object of the puzzle is to click all of the balls. But obviously, like, if you click one of them, then you won't be able to click another one, etc. Trying to think of how I solved this. I'm wanting to say I started with this one, and then we'll do this one, and then hold on. No, that's not it. Because I'm going to click that, and that one only goes to the middle. 1, 2. 2 can only go to the middle, though. Yeah, that's not it. 4. There we go.
You got lucky that time.
Alright, and that will allow us to turn around and click the Irish setter right yellow.
But really, Doctor, what did it look like to you?
Robin, it was a mess. A bloody mess.
A bloody mess. Ooh, look at that hand. Oh, or lack thereof. Now, I have to admit, it's actually, it's October 31st. So, it's the butt end of the lovely spooky game month. Now, I have managed to, oh, this one was stupid. I do commend him on being able to pronounce all this shit, though. But it is the butt end of spooky game month, obviously. I did get System Shock 2 all the way done now. And it's uploaded, and I just need to do the thumbnails. But I believe they're all up and ready to go. Today I'm trying to get Alone in the Dark 2 done and 11th Hour done. And if I can get both of those done and edited and uploaded, I'll have everything that I originally wanted for Spooky Game Month done and uploaded on time. As far as Danganronpa goes, we did that in the middle of the summer. It wasn't supposed to be Spooky Game Month, but I kind of threw it in because it fit. But I'm just not going to be able to get that done completely by the end of tonight. I have like 18 hours worth of footage to go through, and it's already 6 o'clock at night. So that's not going to happen. Anywho, as far as this riddle goes, it actually took me like an hour or something last night to figure out, because it's actually one of those things. Here, I actually still have the notes. I don't know if you can read that at all, but basically it's one of those things where it's encrypted and a letter equals something. But anywho, you can't really figure out an encryption until you figure out like a specific part. And so like you can kind of figure out like that might be an I or an A, because those are the only things that are usually only a single letter. So E could be I or A, etc. But for the most part, you need like a starting point, which if you click help, Zamar is actually Yud, Y-O-U-D. And so from there I went through and I slowly like encrypted it further and further and further. And it ends up being the message, read my face, but do not watch. I have hands with which to count, but have no crotch. I have no legs, and yet I run. If we were related, you'd be the son of my son. So basically, what that's getting at is a grandfather clock, which we know where that is, downstairs. Bonk. Let's get back over here, which this door might... No, it's still not open. Interesting. I know I've been able to get into the dining room already. I don't think there was anything to do, but I know I've been able to get in there.
Something's happened to Samantha. Something's got her.
Who's Samantha?
Who's Samantha?
Can you help her?
I don't know.
I have to get out of here. I'm scared.
Wait! Where's Robin?
He seems so concerned. He's so standoffish, it's ridiculous. A lot of the characters in this are really standoffish. I don't get it. Anywho, I'll save him the time of trying to stumble over any of that and explain that basically it's offset. So if this Z here, you shift everything to the left, but if it's like at the edge like these three are, then you go around. And so Z equals M, U equals Y, G equals F, etc. So it ends up being, my first is not bent around, my second means lift her up or cut her to the ground. And so basically what the riddle means is there's two words for this object. The first means it's not bent, so it's straight. The second is the second means to lift or to cut, so it's raise. So razor. So we're looking for a straight razor, which leads us to another new area. We get to go to the bathroom upstairs. Looking around, not finding much. I'm wanting to say it's to my right. Is it this room? Yes. So, in order to do... Oh, no. In order to click the razor right there, we have to do this puzzle, which is a spider puzzle. Now, the point of this puzzle here is we need to get these brown spiders over to these brown spots, and the white spiders over the white spots. So we have to swap where the white one and black one are, or brown ones are, kind of like the chess puzzle that we already did with the knights, I believe. But you have to do it in 7 moves only. Now, I think that's kind of misleading, because, say, that counts as 1 move. However, if you do that, I believe that negates that move. So even if I moved that up there and this one down here, moving that back down there once again negates that move. So you can make more than 7 moves as long as you're moving it back into the same spot. So like you can move it out of the way, move a different spider through, and then move it back, and it would be like if you only had moved that spider, if that makes sense. Now, this one took me a good while to figure out, because once again, I was like dead tired last night trying to figure these out, so this might take me a minute. Wanting to say I move this one down here, and then move this one onto its correct spot. And then okay, so this one was originally up there. I think I want to move this one there. And move this spider there. And then you there. And then you back. No, damn.
That's not it, Carl.
Definitely want to say that sounded right, though. Like, moving that and then getting you there. That one was correct. I remember doing that. There. That's what it was. And then we get a razor. And this was another one that didn't really make sense cutscene-wise. Because this doesn't seem to go anywhere. Like... what the heck? Why even do that?
Fruit Loop on stove.
Fruit Loop on stove. What in the world was this one? Fruit Loop on stove. Oh. Other word for stove. Orange. This one was orange. A loop is in the shape of an O, and another word for stove apparently is a range. I've never heard it called a range, but it does seem common enough. I could see why it would be called a range, but I remember I got confused last night. I was just like, what in the world? Who would have a... Oh yeah, the dining room should be open now because orange is right here, which, once again, we get another scary effect that doesn't quite make... They got really lazy with the scares. Like, I guess that was supposed to be a maggot now that I'm awake to see what that is.
Dreams abound of arming the rebels. What of nocturnal horses' schedules?
Now this one's actually about a painting, which I knew. So, a nocturnal horse is basically getting at, like, and with it being a dream or whatever, horses and dreams essentially equate to a term used for horses, specifically like black horses, that's usually used in like gothic and stuff, but they're called nightmares. And we can come up into this room, lovely good old room, with the maze puzzle on it, but this time we have a slightly different puzzle, which this one might take me a while, to be honest. It's somewhat randomized, but basically what it is a, well, let's get into it real quick. You have to make this image, but instead it's one of the sliding puzzles. So as you can imagine, with each piece being randomized, and it's actually randomized which hole is going to be there as well. So this could take a while, just depending on how good you are at these puzzles, which I'm okay, but it took me a while last night at least. And specifically since it's not even really an image, like, it's irritating. Like, if you're going to do one of these kind of puzzles, I think for the most part you should stick to keeping an image in there. Because otherwise it just doesn't feel right. Because you're trying to look for an image, but then you just don't end up finding one. Because there's not one to be had. But that huge chunk goes together. These two go together. I'm wanting to say this one goes up here. One, two, those three go together, so I need to get this one out of the way. wanting to say that one goes up in that top left corner, but I need to be able to see these pieces. This one definitely goes in the bottom right. I had that one in the right spot. This one could go up there. I'm not sure on that one. Does that seem right? Hold on. Those two seem to go together seamlessly. Okay. Yeah, this one actually goes in the top right. Now that I'm looking at it. So this one probably goes in the top left. And the piece that's missing is probably right here or right down here. So what I need to do here, those two go together. I need to get this swapped out so that as I'm moving them around, it's not that one, I want that, like that. Okay, so that's working so far. And I need that piece there, that's in the right spot. The next piece I need, I think, is this one down. So, oops. And that was one of the things that got on my nerves. It's really easy to just reset the puzzle at that point, because clicking on the bottom of the screen resets it, but even going relatively close to the bottom of the screen, it'll switch to the reset button instead of clicking the slide. So, now I have to restart, even though I was making good progress. I take no shame in this. I've solved it once, and it just wasn't wanting to cooperate. Anywho, this is the nightmare. That's it. The game crashed twice with me just trying to do that puzzle alone, and it still wasn't working. So I feel no shame. I managed it last night somehow. Anywho, she ran into the cop.
A distant, ancient castle keep this famous prince a place to sleep. To sleep, perchance to dream of an upset tea garden Indochine.
Okay, so this one, Tea Garden, I was wanting to say is the anagram. Tea Garden was... Great Dane. That's what it was. And the picture of a Great Dane is back downstairs in the library. Nope, downstairs in the library, friend. Up, friend? Where am I going? Bonk, 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 bonk. And it's right here. Oh, nope.
Man,
Can I watch the last cutscene? No.
The words sound.
No? No? Oh damn. Well, we'll see it again here in a second because it's almost the end of the chapter. That was my bad. I skipped over it. Man horse on the fly sounds like a wounded bullseye. For this one, you're looking... Man horse is a centaur. Or, if it sounds like that, it's a centaur. And I believe the solution to this was in here. right here. Okay, so this is the last puzzle for this section. And in order to solve it, it's kind of like the microscope puzzle, but 10 times easier. Essentially, all you have to do is get your dots connecting from this to this all in one go. So, like, if I click here, per se, I want to connect this dot to where there's a line touching this side, and that side, which makes the middle a really good place to start. So, we got that. So it's already touching one side. Damn. Okay. It's touching two sides now. And 3.
You got
So that's
lucky
solved.
that time.
It is going to be slightly random, but when all else fails, you just try it a bunch of times and eventually you'll win. But it is simple. I remember the microscope puzzle in 7th Guest was terrible. But anywho, once you finish the puzzle, you just click it again, and then we should get the full, like, end of chapter movie sequence, I believe. So as we'll recall, the last time we ran into Miss Morales, she was talking to the cop, and the cop was all like, no, you don't need to get talking to this mansion, or going on this mansion chase. And so he leads her into town to talk to the doctor, which is where this catches on.
Well, here it is. Doc Thornton's.
Thanks for your help.
No problem. Good luck.
Okay, see you.
You take care.
I will.
Yeah, and I still don't understand why this lady is so
Can I help?
hostile towards
I'd like to see
everyone.
Dr. Thornton if he's
Jesus
available.
Christ.
He's available.
She's got an
You a
attitude.
patient of his?
No,
Fill this out.
Actually, I'm not here as a patient. I'm a producer for Case Unsolved, the TV show. I'd like to interview him.
You're kidding.
No.
What do you want to interview him for?
I need to discuss that with Dr. Thornton.
Hey, Doc. You awake?
Yes, of course.
Someone here from a TV show says she wants to interview you.
Well, send her in, Marie.
Thank you.
Sure.
I don't know why she has
Hello,
such an
Dr. Thornton.
attitude.
Robin Morales.
Oh,
I'm a
well.
producer with Case Unsolved.
Some people just be that way.
For you, Robin.
I'm
That is
researching a
how the
story on
people
staff
do.
mansion.
Oh?
I'm trying to follow a storyline involving Eileen Wiley. The legend, or myth, or story. It seems that she's the only one who has survived an encounter with the mansion. Everyone else has either died or disappeared.
There are a lot of stories about that old house.
I was told that you treated her the night that she lost her hand.
Yes, that's true, I did.
What do you think happened to her hand?
Well, it was bitten off by a dog. Everybody knows that.
So I've heard. But did it really look like a dog did it?
I don't know. I never saw a hand bitten off by a dog before. Never even
Definitely
heard of
wouldn't
such
look
a
like
thing.
that. I don't think so,
Eileen
anyway.
was kind of unique that way. She's a bit of a celebrity around these parts because of it.
But really, Doctor, what did it look like to you?
Robin, it was a mess. A bloody mess.
Which leads back to this scene. Because this is the lady who has the prosthetic hand in the diner.
I just think there's more to this Eileen Wiley thing that meets the eye.
Have you talked to Eileen?
I tried, but
was a traumatic time for her.
I know, and I hate to be the one to bring it back up to her. It's just that she's the only one who's had an experience with the mansion who's lived to tell about it.
Not the only one.
What do you mean?
Samantha Ford,
Who's she?
the one nobody talks about. She was there that night with Eileen. The two of them sneaked onto the grounds and broke into the house together.
Why wasn't she mentioned in any of the articles?
Her family had a lot of influence and kept her out of it. But if you think Eileen's hand is a mystery, well, Samantha's been paralyzed from the waist down and confined to a wheelchair ever since that.
Oh, she's the lady who gave... What's our guy's name? I can't... This guy. I want to say Denton, but that's wrong.
Happened to Samantha. Something's
She's
got her.
paralyzed, you're right.
Can you help her?
I don't know.
I have to get out of here. I'm scared.
Wait! Where's Robin?
He just does not seem to care whatsoever. It's kind of ridiculous. But the girl in the wheelchair must be the one who... Or Samantha must be the girl in the wheelchair who gave us the PDA that we've been using. The one who was looking at the monitors in the previous full video. See, I still don't even get this. Like, she puts it up to his throat, like to cut him. Puts it in his jacket, and then they just... And he's just fine with it. He goes right back into doing whatever. Like... what? Like, what was the point, lady? What was the point?
Hi, honey. You want something to eat?
Just coffee.
How's work?
Boring. Got a light?
You know I don't like you smoking, Marie.
Yeah? Well, like mother, like daughter.
Well, I guess I got no one to blame but myself.
I guess.
Marie, I hear you've been seeing Chuck Lynch.
Chuck Lynch.
So?
He's a married man.
So
Oh.
who cares?
So I care. You'll get a reputation, Marie. I don't want people calling my daughter a tramp.
Yeah? Well, like I said, like mother, like daughter.
Marie!
She's really got an
Marie!
attitude.
What?
What in the world?
Will you be home tonight?
Maybe.
Did a real good job making us not like that lady, I guess. Marie, I think. Can't even remember. They just said it like 300 times. I think it's Marie. Very unlikable. But I mean, I guess Eileen was the same way when we were first introduced to her in the diner. Because she was kind of standoffish towards Robin Morales. And here's another one that didn't quite make sense. She, like, looks down at the dam and then runs. Yeah, I guess. Like, these scenes just seem very... uniquely stringed together. But yeah, she keeps running, and this is when she runs into the cop. Or sheriff. And I'm also pretty sure she, screamed before turning the corner, which is kinda, ooh boy,
I'm sorry.
timing.
I don't know what I was doing.
That sums up that scene.
Moving with impressive speed.
Yeah, I guess I was.
I got something for you.
tennis shoes. Because, you know, she was trekking around outside in heels.
I hope they fit.
Why, thanks, Chief.
Also, was she just running?
Just Jim, okay?
Okay, Jim.
Running in her heels? Like,
Well, you wear them in good health.
ah damn, she's skilled then. I've walked in heels, not fun.
Good night, Jim.
Can't imagine running. Nope. That's why they take them off in the horror movies. This truck right here kind of reminds me of Silent Hill. Just a little bit. Just a little. Here's the scene that I skipped over on accident. For good reasons, probably. It's stupid, too.
Gave me quite a fright. Amazing thing, this.
Is that Stahl?
Absolutely amazing, the things the Marquis has come up with, don't you think? Absolutely amazing.
None of this seems to make... Is this the dog that bit off the lady's hand? Eileen. Yeah, that could do damage to a hand. See, like, that scene just looks so out of place. Like, why is it even there? And then the whole time this scene was going on, I thought it was Eileen, the girl who got her hand chewed off. But it's actually some dude. One that I don't even think we've seen so far in the game yet. As far as cutscenes go. Like, I don't even understand the context of why we're chasing this guy down. Or this guy is getting chased down. But Mr. I can't remember what his name is. I think it was Chuck Lynch. Mr. Lynch here, like, slits his throat with the razor blade that he gets from Marie earlier on. But I don't understand why she would want him dead, or they would want him dead. Because, like, oh yeah, and his head is the one that showed up, I guess, when we saw the, like, face in the rocks. But, like, I don't understand why Chuck and Mary would want, or Marie, excuse me, would want that guy dead. Because he's a married man. I could understand maybe if that was his wife, or she went to go kill his wife, so that then they could be a thing. Or something like, have a mysterious reason why the wife disappeared or died, and then be like, oh geez, and then they publicly come out like, hey, we're together kind of thing. Because that's like a cliche that's used usually, but like I don't understand the point of killing this guy at all. I don't even know who he is. But anywho, so we could save here. Oh yeah, and like I said, my game crashed twice in that mirror puzzle alone. So this is caught back up. Oh boy.
Keep trying, Carl. You're getting closer.